Did you know that 5 simple upper body stretches can drastically change how your body looks and feels? So let's jump right in with our first stretch, the seated upper body rotation. You may be wondering, how exactly does this help? To be exact, this is the key when it comes to relieving tension in your back and improving mobility in your spine. If you're dealing with stiffness in your upper back or shoulders, this stretch will help you loosen up those muscles and increase your range of motion. Primarily, it aids in managing tissue inflammation and muscle pain recurring in your upper body. This is why you'll notice athletes and dancers often including this in their warm-up routines. So, here's how you do it. First, get a chair to sit on and ensure your posture is straight. Start by rotating your torso to the right. If your chair has a backrest, grab onto it with your right hand while your left hand holds onto your thigh. In case your chair has no backrest, simply hold onto the edge of it behind you, with your left hand on your thigh and your right hand grasping either the backrest or the edge of the seat. Stretch your upper body as far as you can take it. Hold this for 20 seconds before switching to the other side. You can extend the time for this stretch as you get more used to it. It's important to keep your spine straight and avoid forcing the twist. Only go as far as it feels comfortable. Be sure to rotate from your torso, not just your arms. This will help you get the most benefit from the stretch and reduce more risks of injury. All right, now that we've eased our upper body into a higher level of flexibility, we can shift the focus on relieving compression and strengthening the spine with the cat-cow. Now, the cat-cow is fantastic for improving spinal mobility, reducing tension in the back and neck, as well as enhancing overall posture. A lot of us spend our days hunched over a desk or looking at our phones, and that can lead to tightness and stiffness in the spine. The cat-cow stretch helps to counteract that by mobilizing the vertebrae and stretching out the muscles along your spine, which will make it easier to move freely and feel more aligned throughout the day. If you've ever felt like your back's a little too stiff or that your posture could use a little help, this stretch is perfect for you. It's easy to do, but incredibly effective at relieving tension and increasing flexibility in the spine, shoulders, and neck. Let me show you how to do it. With a mat set on the ground, go on all fours with your arms under your shoulders and your knees beneath your hips. Take a deep breath as you bend your back, rounding your tailbone and having your chin by your chest. After, breathe out slowly as you bring your stomach down, now curving your back inwards with your head looking up once more. Do as many reps of this in 60 seconds. After just a few rounds, you'll notice a difference in how your back feels. And if you're consistent, it can help keep your spine mobile and your posture in check. Likewise, doing this makes daily activities like bending, twisting, or even just standing up feel smoother and more comfortable. I'm pretty sure you're excited for our 5th stretch, since it provides a full relaxation for your upper body, improving breathing, and even blood pressure. We'll get to that soon as we first proceed with the inchworm. But before we move on, if you're finding this helpful, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. It lets us know that you want more content like this, and it helps us continue with bringing you the best tips to keep your body moving pain-free. Right now, we're at the inchworm. This one might sound a bit playful, but it's a game changer when it comes to stretching your upper body and improving overall flexibility. It targets your arms, back, and core, all while also giving your back a nice stretch. The inchworm combats that by working and strengthening joints all over your upper body, allowing you to maintain an extensive and fluid range of motion. Aside from what it does for your mobility, it also offers benefits for blood and oxygen flow throughout your muscles. This means less stiffness in your joints, so you get to move easier as you no longer feel the aches coming with it. The inchworm is also super functional, mimicking the move of bending down to pick something up and then getting back to your feet. To perform this stretch, engage your core as you stand with your feet apart. Bend your knees slightly as you stretch your arms in front of your toes. From here on, walk with your hands, alternating them until you end up in a plank position. Your hands should end up being right below your shoulders. Pause briefly before walking your hands back in front of your feet, then return to a standing position. Repeat this movement 10 times per set. Begin with 2 sets first before working your way into doing more later on. As you do this exercise, you will feel a burn building up in your core along with a deep stretch all throughout your arms and back. This is normal, and you will gradually get strong enough to do more reps of this over time. Now that we've focused on building strength and challenging the joints, let's shift gears and dive into a stretch activating the triceps and core muscles. Floor tricep dips are an excellent way to improve upper body flexibility while also engaging your triceps, shoulders, and chest. This movement helps to stretch and strengthen the muscles at the back of your arms, which can become tight from everyday activities like typing, lifting, or even just poor posture. Tight triceps can limit your range of motion in your elbows and shoulders, making certain movements feel stiff or uncomfortable. This stretch not only increases mobility in your upper body, but also plays a role in preventing injury by keeping your muscles strong and supple. If you've ever struggled with shoulder tightness or found pressing motions challenging, adding this stretch into your routine will help keep everything moving smoothly. If you've ever felt like your arms are locking up after an upper body workout or noticed stiffness when reaching overhead, this stretch is your answer. It also sets you up for better performance in other pressing movements by improving your joint mobility and muscle elasticity. Now, I know it might seem simple, but proper form is key. To begin, you'll have to sit on the ground with your feet flat. Your hands should be close to your glutes, elbows bent as your palms are firm on the floor, fingers facing forward. Engage your core as you lift your hips up, extending your elbows as you do so. Make sure to take deep breaths as you go up and then down. Do not use your hips to move it up and down repeatedly. It should be your arms pushing you up and lowering you with each rep. Do 10 reps per set. For now, perform 2 sets of this movement. You can challenge yourself with more reps upon building more strength and endurance. If you feel too much pressure on your wrists, you can modify the movement by adjusting the angle of your hands or keeping your hips lower. Keep your chest open and avoid letting your elbows flare outward. After a couple of sets, you'll notice your triceps and shoulders feeling looser and more mobile. If this feels too easy, you can deepen the stretch by slightly lowering your hips further or slowing down your repetitions to increase the intensity. Let's finish off with a move to carefully stretch and fully relax your body, the child's pose. This is primarily done for relaxation and backache relief. Being a simple yet effective stretch, this helps to lengthen the spine, open up the shoulders, and stretch out the lower back. Because of that, this pose serves as a great way to combat the effects of prolonged sitting or intense upper body workouts. Tightness in these areas can lead to discomfort and even limit mobility over time. So, incorporating the child's pose into your routine can help keep your body balanced and flexible. So, if you've ever felt stiffness in your shoulders or lower back after a long day, this stretch is exactly what you need. It's a great way to relax your muscles while also promoting better posture and spinal alignment. Plus, it can help with recovery by reducing tension and increasing circulation. Follow closely how to do this, and we'll soon get into that structured upper body routine afterwards. To do this, stay on your mat and kneel. Your bottom should rest on your heels as you bend forward, stomach pressed against your thighs. Stretch your arms out fully over your head with your palms flat against the ground. As you do this, your forehead should be touching the mat. Breathe slowly and hold this position for 60 seconds. As you settle into the position, take slow, deep breaths, allowing your spine to lengthen and your hips to open. If you want to increase the stretch in your shoulders, try walking your fingertips even farther forward. You can also modify the stretch by bringing your knees closer together for a more concentrated lower back release. You're going to want to avoid forcing yourself too deep into the stretch right away. Let your body ease into it naturally, and over time, you'll notice improved flexibility and reduced tension. If you're looking for an even more intense stretch, try reaching one arm across your body to increase the stretch on one side at a time. All right, now's the time for me to show you how you can combine these stretches into a super quick and effective routine that you can do 3 times a week. This sequence will help increase flexibility, improve mobility, and build strength, all in under 10 minutes. Whether you're a beginner or looking for a challenge, I'll show you how to modify each movement to match your fitness level. Start off with a seated upper body rotation, holding it for 20 seconds per side to relieve muscle tension and tissue inflammation. This stretch loosens up the spine, shoulders, and obliques, which is essential for better posture and pain relief. If you need an easier modification, sit with your feet flat on the floor and twist only slightly, using a chair's backrest for support. To increase the intensity, try extending your arms out in front of you while twisting or holding a light weight to engage the muscles further. After that, move on to the cat-cow stretch, doing as many reps as you can in 60 seconds to develop a strong and stable spine. This is a fantastic movement for spinal mobility and can help relieve stiffness caused by long hours of sitting. If you're new to this movement, take it slow and focus on controlled breathing. To increase the challenge, try pausing for a few seconds at the peak of each movement to deepen the stretch and engage your core even more. Next, transition into the inchworm. 2 sets of 10 reps to target the shoulders, hamstrings, and joints, allowing for greater ease in movement. This is a great full-body mobility exercise that strengthens the core, arms, and legs while improving flexibility. If you need a simpler version, walk your hands out only halfway and return to standing instead of going into a full plank. To make it harder, add a push-up at the bottom of the movement, or extend the plank hold for a few extra seconds. Proceed with floor tricep dips. 2 sets of 10 reps to develop greater endurance and extend your range of motion. This move strengthens the triceps, shoulders, and upper body while promoting flexibility. If you find this too difficult, start by keeping your knees bent at a comfortable angle and lowering yourself only slightly. For an added challenge, straighten your legs completely or place your feet on an elevated surface like a bench to increase resistance. Finally, wrap it up with child's pose. Holding this position for 60 seconds to fully relax the upper body, stretch the spine, and gradually improve respiratory health. This pose is an excellent way to wind down and restore your body after movement. If you have tight hips or knees, place a cushion under your thighs for support. If you want a deeper stretch, extend your arms farther forward and gently press your chest toward the floor. As always, make sure to take deep breaths during each stretch and stay hydrated throughout the routine. Controlled breathing will help you maximize flexibility and relaxation, while hydration supports joint mobility and muscle function. This entire mobility, strength, and endurance routine takes less than 10 minutes, but its benefits extend far beyond that short time. Doing this 3 times a week will lead to noticeable improvements in flexibility, posture, and ease of movement. Stick with it, and soon enough you'll feel stronger, looser, and more comfortable throughout your day. Whether you're stretching to reduce stiffness, increase range of motion, or strengthen your upper body, this quick routine will get you there. So if you found this helpful, share this video with a friend who could use a little extra mobility in their life.